Hi, I'm Dr. Rose, the Primal Professor, physical therapist, primal health coach, and here to make keto and carnivore so clear you'll wonder why no one ever explained it this way. This is part 2 of my Clarity series. If you missed part 1 on protein, I'll link it in the description below. I have a question for you. Be honest. Are you fueling from your plate or from your body? The truth is most people on keto or carnivore have no idea. And if you get it wrong, you could stall fat loss, tank your energy, or mess with your hormones. This is part 2 of my Clarity series, where we take a topic that's been overcomplicated and strip it down to the science and make it simple so you can take action this week. So if you ever wondered whether you're eating too much fat, not enough, or just the right amount, stay with me. I'm going to give you the exact signals your body sends and the strategies that will tell you whether to add fat or let your body do the work. And yes, I'll even tell you why I gained 2 pounds last month and was thrilled about it. When carbs are low, fat becomes your primary fuel source. But fat can come from 2 places. 1, dietary fat from your plate, or 2, stored fat from your body. And here's the part that most people overlook. The body will always burn the fat you just ate before it dips into its reserves. That's called oxidative priority. So if you flood your system with extra dietary fat, you're making it very comfortable to ignore stored fat. When you start out heavier, you have a large fat savings account, if you will. You can withdraw thousands of calories a day from your own body without hurting energy, mood, or your hormones. That means your dietary fat can be lower because your body is topping from its own reserves. But as your fat stores shrink, fat cells hold less fuel to give you each day. So leptin, your satiety hormone, drops, which can make you hungrier. Ghrelin, your hunger hormone, can spike, telling you to eat. Your metabolism senses less backup fuel and will slow down unless you provide enough dietary energy, which is fat, or carbs. And if you're low carb, obviously we're leaning towards fat. So the translation is, the leaner you get, the more fat you need to eat to maintain your energy, your hormones, and your food. So let's use a real-world example. Let's use Kelly Hogan. I think she's a great example. She's been carnivore well over a decade. Very lean, very metabolically healthy. But she eats a lot of dietary fat, sometimes 3,000 calories a day, including carnivore ice cream made from heavy cream for breakfast. I would love that. Why? Because she no longer has the big fat reserves she had when she first started her journey, while I, on the other hand, still have fat reserves. So to maintain her weight, energy, and hormone health, she has to get most of her fuel from the fat on her plate. Here's my own real-world example. In my 3rd month of carnivore, I actually gained back 2 pounds on the scale. But my measurements told a different story. I continued to lose some inches. That's a classic sign of body recomposition, gaining or maintaining muscle while still losing fat. And it's why I'm holding the course instead of slashing fat or calories. The scale doesn't always tell the whole story, especially on a high-protein, nutrient-dense diet. I see it all the time, especially in women who are finally hitting their protein targets, but panicking because their fat grams seem low. Here's my coaching approach. The baseline rule is hit your protein first. Let fat naturally rise from the protein sources you choose. Your minimum fat floor. Most women aim for 50 to 60 grams per day as a baseline for hormonal health, brain function, and for vitamin absorption. Above the floor, if your energy and satiety are great, you don't have to force extra fat just to hit a percentage. Your body will fill the gap from the stored fat. If you have true hunger between your next meal, I noticed that in my first month of carnivore. Or if you have energy crashes between meals. If you're experiencing mood changes, disrupted sleep, dry skin, or menstrual irregularities. So I have this week's 7-day fat access challenge for you. Here's what I want you to try this week. Number 1, protein plus built-in fat first. Choose fattier cuts or whole eggs and stop when satisfied. No automatic oil drizzle. Check your fat floor. Hit at least your daily minimum of 50 to 60 grams most days. Number 3, first fuel morning movement. What do I mean by this? I want you to walk, stretch, do light chores before your first meal to encourage stored fat use. I'll go outside on the porch a little bit, then go pull some weeds, get my morning sun. I'm doing a couple things at the same time. I'm squatting, I'm bending, I'm walking around my yard. Number 4, meal-to-meal experiment. Try one meal with only built-in fat, and then the next with small added fat. See which one keeps you fuller. And number 5, track hidden fat. For 1 week, log only fat grams from snacks, cream, nuts, cheese. Awareness is half the battle. Fat is fuel, but how much you need depends on your current reserves. In the early days, let your body supply some of that energy. And as you lean out, dietary fat needs to rise so your metabolism doesn't slow and your hormones stay healthy. Your job is to listen for the cues and fuel accordingly. If this gave you clarity, go watch part 1 of the Clarity series. How much protein do you really need on keto and carnivore? It's the perfect companion to this video. And tell me in the comments, are you in fat loss mode or maintenance? I'd love to hear your numbers and your cues.